Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Up next, it's our main event between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Through the bye weeks and into the race for the postseason. Week 15. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go, Viking, 18. Ready.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And that's good for a gain of 5. Terrion Arnold in on the stop.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, 19 Chargers, 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Looking to throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Mustang, come on, set. 79 Broncos.
He's going to throw it. Chased out to his right. That one's taken in by the rookie out of USC. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. We've set it down from 37.
Gain of 25 yards. And the Raiders first down.
Cougar 19, 65 check, 65 check. Hey, man.
Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. Having gain up about a handful there. Bernardo Green with that tackle.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open. There's a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Ready. Dragon 60. Ready.
Back to the well again. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Here we go. Panther 11. Cowboy 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Steady.
Working inside the red zone. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams from field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Another throw here on 2nd down. Completed over the middle. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Go.
They'll try and punch it in. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and Now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Here's second and goal from the 6.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
They'll work against the blitz. This one's caught. And he's tackled for no gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
From the gun on third down. Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete on third and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be. All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Come on, come on. Mustang Knights, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now come out throwing. Finds him over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. On the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. They'll run here on first down. Still going inside the 35. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles just need 2 snaps to steal a lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Here's Ford on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Dragon 60. Ready.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Hits him on the out route. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And second down only works out for a yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go.
Shotgun now on third down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. Jackson on the return. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They're going play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
79 Broncos.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this.
On the set.
Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 3rd and 8. 3rd and long for him here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision.
And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Here's a throw. On the move, headed right. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Dragons, Cowboy 80. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Big strike here to Moore. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the red zone on 1st. Buys time, rolling right. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Jackson now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cup 19. Cougar 19. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing deep back to the middle. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead on the first play of the drive. Geno Smith with the touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? I got single high or too high. Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80. Let's go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
At the 47-yard line.
Ready, set.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Moving my team. Up 60 Maverick, 60 back, 19 Charger, 19.
They'll throw here on first. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
2nd down, looking for options. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
Okay, ready?
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
Dragon 60, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
1st down, play action. Flush down out to his left. He's running with it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 14 brings up 2nd and 1.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
19 Lions.
Setting up to throw. Completed to his running back. So he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Giving 8 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Get it.
From the red zone now. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, partner. That's where they're going to be set up for this 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
70 Wolf. Ready?
Now looking to throw. Getting out to his left. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Well, spot on, kid. With some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready?
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
18, Pioneer. Come on. Set. Let's go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. The 2 in a row now slipped away.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback Stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Forced out to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Seven Pirates.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. More football from the link coming up in just a moment. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
79 Broncos. Cowboys.
They are throwing it again. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
We've set it downs from 37.
Go! 60 Bison. Let go.
Going back to the backfield, and they give it to him. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
19 Tiger. 70 Rangers.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Nice pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Trap 50. Get up. 60 Eagles. Ready.
They're throwing it. Oh, defender there to knock it away, and he's able to do just that. 4th down coming up.
Such a big part of that breakup, Cato. Any breakup as a corner is your positioning relative to the target. And really, the timing of it all. You can be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this league. That corner played that one nearly perfectly.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Jackson now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Finds him on the slant. Free inside the 30. To the 10. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime.
You know, Kate, there's a reason that slant route has been in playbooks, I don't know, since football began. Because if you hit that receiver on the run, on target, on time, big plays can follow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. And they're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
Okay, ready?
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
19-18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Complete out to the right side. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's go. Seven Pirates. Seven Pirates. Let's go.
Throwing it again here. He rolls to his right. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
Okay, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Traffic. Here we go. Here we go. Kennedy Lions. Mustang 19.
Still sticking with the passing game. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Eagles make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Yeah, I know we're coming down the home stretch of his rookie campaign, and he's supposed to have learned from these mistakes. It's a long season in the NFL, and that pick shows you he's still got a lot to learn.
They go play action on first down. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. And he is down inside the 35-yard line. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, one play remaining in this half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
And with that one, you're going to see some salty, foul moods in that locker room. You hate all turnovers, but that one led to 3 points, and you hate those even more.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Power squid kick is taken in. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Jackson now to return it. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10.
Alert. Back. Go.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
They'll go play action. Rolling out to his left. He's keeping it. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
But once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running room. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Here's the give on third and short. Trying to plow ahead for the first. Can't even get back to the line. That brings up fourth down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And this hits at the floor before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. Hand off to the back. Hit right at the line, and that is where he is stopped. So no gain on first down.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Back to throw now. Rolling left, buying some time. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
7-18, Pioneer.
Throw here, third down. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. Give him 37 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
Trap 60, trap 60. 19 Lions. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Going now on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So second down coming up.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Fits it through the middle. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has it well into the red zone now with first and 10.
19 Charger, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Working inside the red zone. Buying some time right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch. If you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and long for him here. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders got the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here we go. Pete Carroll getting his offense set to try for two. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Following that timeout, they're lining up. They're going to try to come up with 2 points.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer. They get the 2 out of it, partner. Nicely done, but into double coverage. Felt like they kind of got away with one there.
That is a quarterback's best friend. I can't tell you how many times your players, your teammates, your offensive skill guys around you come back to huddle. You say, give me a chance. Please, just give me a chance. Throw it up. I'll make you look good. And he did right there.
And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. It's his running back. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Hand off now from the gun. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Buffalo 18. Viking 18.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Escapes out to the left. He's going to keep it this time. And he nearly gets him another first down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Completed over the middle. Has room into the secondary. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the third. So the back does the work that time. Brock taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Johnson with a return here. Kicks away from one. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. And it's 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2. Another carry for him. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Third and a lone yard coming up.
60 Maverick. Let's go now. Warriors 7. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Desperation time here on 4th. Slides in beyond the marker. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving. First down from the 41.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw. Passing downfield, working the left. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Drop 60, drop 60. 19, cut 19, cut 19, 18, Rodley, 18, 7 Pirates, 19 tight, 19 tight. Steady.
Back now, pressure coming. Oh, put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week. Continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Sticking to the air here. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with. Yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Jackson now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Trying the right side. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That's such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Escapes the pocket. He's making a bid for it. And he crosses the sideline. A yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Working on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing on 2nd. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
Got a man downfield. This is Jackson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
You've got to be cognizant cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. It bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10.
Cowboy 80. 70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. Top 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. So not just the yardage, Brock, but the illegal forward pass also cost them the down. It's second and long.
Let's get 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Bronco 80. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Headed out right. Now he looks middle, throwing deep. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful.
Cougar 19. Steady.
Here he goes, third and long. He has the first over the middle. And he gets this one out to the 40-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now.
Okay, ready?
All right, one more snap here before our 2-minute warning.
Come on, come on.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. He's got a man left. And he's out the clear. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
18, Viking, 18. 19, Lions. Go.
Back to throw. On the move, headed right. And he reels it in for two, so now a field goal would get them the lead.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for two, but that risk pays off.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Jackson now to return it.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10.
Here we go.
They're going to pass it here. Flush out now to his left. He takes it himself. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down now, ball at the 33. Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Ready.
Here's a design run. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And I know it's different for every sport, Brock. So is this the point where we'd say this winning streak is official? Might have something to it. 3 wins in a row now after this latest triumph.
Well, you get to this point, what happens is you get to that building the next day and everybody feels good. Secretary feels good, chef feels good, kitchen feels good. Everybody's feeling good stacking these kind of wins in a row.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say